What's up, everybody? Today is February 8th, 2024, and it's my day off today. We are just out and about getting some shopping done, get some food. My son's actually eating a fortune cookie right now. Um, yeah, so that's what we're doing. Not a lot going on. It's my day off, just really tired. Working 6 days in a row. I worked 6 days in a row again, and it's just draining. And I don't know if I told you guys, but my work is going to be transitioning to 12-hour shifts. I've known that since before I started. They told me when I was going through the hiring process, they're like, eventually they're going to switch to 12-hour shifts, every day. They didn't say when, but it's finally going to go into effect like in a couple weeks here, or like a week and a half. So I believe, from what I understand, it's going to be 4 days of 12-hour shifts straight, 4 12-hour days, and then we get 4 days off. However, I believe they could require you one extra day, like if somebody calls off. I think that's the thing, and I don't know. It's a lot of new rules or whatever. And then what sucks, because we're union, and so this is all union stuff. I'm trying to get my face out of this sun. It's not good lighting. It's like really light on one side, really dark on the other side. So my job is a union job, and I'm still technically not union. I'm still technically in probation. That also comes to fruition in about like a week and a half, to whether they're gonna keep me and I turn into a union employee, or for whatever reason they let me go. Um, but anyhow, so since it's union, they vote on a lot of stuff. And so whoever, because this all happened before I even started there, so whoever voted on the new schedule changed, between the employees in the union and my job, or whoever, they voted for that. And part of that deal, like I said, it's going to be 12-hour shifts, 4 days on, 4 days off. And another part of that deal is, since they're 12-hour shifts, we're not going to get, our overtime is only going to be for after 10 hours worked. So that's different from general Washington law. The general Washington law of the state that I live in is, if you work over 8 hours in a day, or you work over 40 hours in a week, and any hours over 8 in a day, or any hours over 40 in a week, you get overtime pay for that. However, since we're union, we sign contracts and all that stuff, the new union deal is, now we're only going to get overtime for hours worked over 10 hours in a day. So that's not good. So basically, like, say right now I work a 12-hour shift. Break it down a little bit. So let's say, like today, or yesterday I worked a 12-hour shift. Okay, in a 12-hour shift you get 2 half-hour breaks of unpaid work. You clock out and you get 2 half-hour breaks. So out of a 12-hour shift, technically I'm only working 11 hours straight on the clock. Okay, so 11 hours straight. And like I said, per Washington law, any hours worked over 8 hours, you get overtime. So I would get, so yesterday I got 3 hours of overtime pay. I worked 8 hours and I got regular pay, and then I got 3 hours of overtime pay. Okay? Now with this new schedule, again, same 12-hour shift. Again, an hour of lunches, 2 half-hour lunches. So again, working 11 hours. However, it's going to be 10 hours of regular pay and only 1 hour of overtime pay. That sucks. So a lot of people are not happy about that. I don't know who agreed upon this stupid new schedule. Like I said, this all took place before I even started there. And I needed a job, so I'm just like, yeah, I'll take it. What am I going to do? I needed it. And that's what the stupid union and the employees or whoever agreed upon. So that's going to be the new thing. So yeah, a lot of people are not happy about that. Basically we're going to be missing out of 2 hours of overtime pay every 12-hour shift we work. So every day, because they're going to be all 12-hour shifts. Again, once that starts in a week and a half, 2 weeks, whenever it starts. I think it's around the 19th or somewhere around there. So Yeah, I don't know when they were bargaining for that, because that's what they do. They bargain with the employer and between the union and all that. And I don't know. I guess the deal, the sweet part for the employees, I guess, was the 4 days off. You know, 3 to 4 days off per week. You work a few days straight of 12 hours, and then you get a few days off. I guess that's the sweet part of the deal. I don't know. I'd rather just have more pay. I'm fine with 2 days off. I like to have 3 days off or whatever, 4 days, but I'd rather get my pay. I'd rather get the overtime pay. And so that sucks. I actually ran the numbers on it for my pay and what I get for overtime, and I'll probably end up getting, it's about $80 to $100 less per week that I'm gonna get, because I'm not getting that extra overtime pay. So yeah, so I'm not happy about that. Essentially, everything that I'm saying, what I'm saying is I'm gonna be working the same hours for less money, because stupid union. So, but as I told you guys before, I want to get out of that job, especially now with this stupid new, you do, do more hours in a day. It's not like, some days you get 8 hours, some days you get 12 hours. Now it's going to be every day is 12 hours. Okay, yeah, we get 3 to 4 days off, whatever. But, that's really hard. It's really hard. At least for me. I mean, maybe there's some of you out there who could do 12-hour shifts standing on your head, no problem. But for me, it's, 1-2 days in a row starts to get hard. But 3-4 days in a row of 12-hour shifts, you're literally working half the day. That's hard. That's really hard. And then again, and literally getting less money for that 12 hours. So, not thrilled about that. So yeah. So anyways, I'm not planning on staying in that job, especially if they're going to go back and forth. And then it could change back, because they do it. They're going to do it. And if for whatever reason, I guess maybe try it out for a couple months. And if people complaining or too many people are quitting or whatever, they might have to revert back to the old schedule. And then, do it all over again and vote and all this and that. And so, whatever. Oh, and then the other thing is, since it's 12-hour shifts, there's only going to be 2 shifts. So now it's 3 shifts in a day, because my plant is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, right? But it's three shifts, and there's a lot of different shifts. But the primary shifts are mornings, which is this is right now before the change. The primary shifts are 7 in the morning to 3 in the afternoon. These are 8-hour shifts, so 7 to 3. 3 in the afternoon to 11 at night, and then 11 at night to 7 in the morning. Those are the 3 primary shifts, and if you happen to do an 8-hour shift, it could be like 7 in the morning to 7 at night, or 11 in the morning to 11 at night, or 11 at night to 11 the next morning. So those are the shifts right now. And there's a couple other quirky ones. Some people come in at 3 o'clock in the morning, so that they come in, which is crazy. Some people come in at 3 o'clock in the morning and they leave at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And so there's all kinds of weird shifts. But now, going on to the 12-hour shift, it's only going to be 2 shifts. It's going to be 6 to 6. So 6 in the morning to 6 at night. And then the other shift's going to come in from 6 or 6 in the evening. 6 in the morning to 6 in the evening. And 6 in the evening back to 6 in the morning. That's going to be the new shifts. And I got lucky, if you want to call it that. I got day shifts. We were all able to put our bids in for what shift we wanted. I put in for days because I hate graveyard so much. Matter of fact, I was already thinking if they had put me on graveyard, I was looking for a new job that night, 100%. I can't do it. 6 in the afternoon to 6 in the morning. I couldn't do it, especially I have a disabled child, and it's just. Graveyard shifts are really bad for your health. There's been studies done. People who do graveyard shifts for long periods of time, they have higher rates of heart problems, heart disease, and stuff like that. Graveyard is really, really bad. So anyhow, I got lucky in that aspect that I got days, but 6 in the morning. So we start at 6 in the morning. That means I'm going to have to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. So I'm not thrilled about that, but I was just so happy that I didn't get graveyard. I was like, whatever, I don't care. And again, this job is just temporary, especially now that we're literally going to get paid less. We're not getting, the state law overtime. The state law literally says, hey, you get this overtime, but because, we're union and we sign all these contracts and everything, basically that's allowed in the law that, You know, it could be overridden if, you know, you're part of a union or you signed whatever contract or whatever. And so that's just how it is. But yeah, so I'm not planning on staying in this job forever. Especially, again, I just can't state enough, for less pay. I already think that they should pay us more as it is. I personally believe for this job, it should start out at $20 an hour for any position there, because let me tell you why. We work in, like, because it's a plant, it's a potato factory, and so there's very cold parts of our plant. I mean, down to 0 degrees Fahrenheit, which is what, a negative 18 Celsius. You know, there's parts of our plant that are that cold. Other parts that are around, like, you know, 32 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 0 degrees Celsius. You know, and then there are really hot parts of the plant that are like saunas, like I don't know, probably like 90 degrees Fahrenheit, whatever that is in Celsius, just very hot. So my point is that at times we work in really hot parts, you know, a lot of times we work in really hot parts of the plant, really cold parts of the plant, really loud everywhere. Even with the hearing protection on, I even know, you know, it's still loud. It's so loud that even with the hearing protection, it's still loud. And so it's harsh conditions. And for those conditions, and we're barely making more than like someone who works at like Walmart and McDonald's or something like that, you know, it's just not enough. It's not enough compensation for what your body has to go through. Matter of fact, I seen one of the sanitation guys the other day, and they had him clean up something in one of the hot parts. And not only is it hot, because he's sanitation, he also has to put on the wetsuit because he uses chemicals and all that. And so he's in this big old rubber wetsuit that makes it even more hot. And he just had sweat just drenched down his face. And they do get paid more. They start out at like, I don't know, 20 something dollars an hour. But even so, man, I mean, it's just bad. And so anyway, so yeah, I'm not, you know, and you know, I've told you guys, I worked in the cold rooms before. And I mean, I have like 5 layers on. I don't know if you guys see you guys see my head thing that I put on. I have that. I mean, I have so many layers of cold clothes because it's so cold. And again, I'm barely making a little bit more per hour than, you know, someone working at a grocery store or something like that. And then now it's like, oh, your overtime pay, you're not gonna even get overtime pay until you work over 10 hours in a shift. So yeah, screw these people. I'm not staying there long term. I'm gonna get out of there. I'm not trying to work in these harsh conditions, you know, for years. And I see the guys there who work there for years. They have no life in their eyes. They're just dead inside. Whatever. Anyhow, so yeah, so don't you guys worry. You know, some people are like, hey, you need to get out of there. Oh, trust me, I always have my eyes and ears open. If I hear, you know, something or something else comes along the line, or, you know, if I see something in the newspaper or online, or hey, you know, I'm gonna get out of there. I'm gonna get out of that job as soon as I can, if I could get into a better job or whatever, because that's just not it. Anyhow, so that's what's going on. But for today, don't have to worry about that. Today's my day off. We're chilling. We're just in the car. We're actually waiting on some pizza. That's what we're doing right now, and it should be ready. So I'm gonna get going. That's my treat for my 6-day shift. Sometimes I get pizza, sometimes I get other stuff. So that's what's going on. Just wanted to update you guys a little bit what's going on. But yeah, it's my day off, so on my days off, I don't even think about work, you know. I don't think about those stupid potatoes when I'm not there. You know, I don't even really eat potatoes when I'm not there. Anyhow, I'm gonna get going. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next video.